everyone, it's Hailey, and today I'm going to be talking about the books that I am hoping to read this fall. So I'm wearing a sweater, even though like it's way too hot to be wearing a sweater, but like it's a cropped sweater, so like at least I have some room to breathe, but I am dying. But I have to wear a sweater for this video because I'm talking about fall. So the scariest thing about this Halloween is the amount of books that I want to read for fall and the amount of time that I have to do it in, because it's not going to happen. Like, I have so many books here. Oh my god, I was struggling through that thumbnail, like I was shaking. I'm not even weak. I go to the gym, but like these piles of books are killing me. I'm just being crushed to death by my TBR, and I'm really trying to be better about not saving certain books for certain seasons, because that got me into very slumpy moods, so I'm trying to be better about it. But somehow this happened and I don't understand how, but like I'm gonna have to find a way to deal with it. That's just the bottom line. There are no other options, so this is gonna be interesting. Doing edits and trying to read these all before like November. That gives me 2 months. Oh my god, why? So there's no way that I'm getting to all of these, but a girl can dream. So I'm gonna try and have like a semblance of organization to this. So I will start out with the sequels that I'm hoping to get to. And the first one is one that I know for sure I will be getting to because I'm so excited for this. And that is Capturing the Devil by Karen Maniscalco. This is the finale to the Stalking Jack the Ripper series, which I love so much. It holds a special place in my heart, and even though I wasn't the biggest fan, like I was slightly disappointed by Escaping from Houdini, I'm super excited for this one. The cover is beautiful. Look at that gold. I don't even really know anything about this one, to be honest. I was just like, I know I'm gonna buy it, I know I'm gonna read it, and hopefully I will like it. But I'm definitely going to start the audiobook probably very soon because I've listened to all the other ones on audio and loved them. But it is such a great mystery sort of historical fiction series, and it is perfect for around Halloween time because mysteries, and that's what I like to read in the fall, is mystery books and books that have creepy vibes. That's basically all I read from like September to like late October. Obviously late October because Halloween. I don't even like Halloween. So many people are like, why do you hate Halloween whenever I mention it? And I don't really have a particular reason. I don't know. I just don't like it. I've had bad experiences on Halloween and I'm very easily startled, so I don't like the whole scary thing. But I do like reading mysteries and the excuse to read them, and I can't wait to get into this one. It's gonna be so good! Yay! Can you tell I've been filming for hours and am running out of energy? Because yes. Next is a sequel that I can't believe I haven't gotten to yet, and that is Our Dark Duet by Victoria Schwab. So this is a sequel to This Savage Song, which I read like, I think 2 years ago or something like that. It has been a very long time, so I'm definitely gonna have to refresh my memory on that one, but I really enjoyed it when I read it. It's like this whole sort of musical monster series, very cool, and it blurs the line between good and evil, which is something that I very much enjoy. So I don't know why I haven't read the sequel yet. I've had it for a very long time, and I mean, I shouldn't be surprised because that's just kind of my brand now, is having sequels but not really reading them. I hate myself. Speaking of, next is Before the Devil Breaks You by Libba Bray. This is the third book of the Diviner series. The final book is coming out, which is like crazy because this has been going on for so long, but the final book is coming out, I think, in January. It's definitely in 2020, so I need to prepare myself and get caught up on this series. I love it. It is a mystery, sort of, kind of thriller. I'm not really into thrillers, so like for me, it's like a thriller horror novel because it scares the shit out of me all the time, especially the first one, like that Naughty John shit. Just absolutely could not sleep and could not read that book at night. But the setting of the 1920s mixed with like the creepy things is so great. Actually, the second one is like the worst one to read before bed because there's stuff that happens with dreams. So anyways, point being, I need to read this before the next one comes out. It is the absolute #1 perfect series to be reading at Halloween. If you're gonna read one, definitely check out the Diviner series. It's so good. But this one I started, and then I don't think I had enough time in between Halloween and when I started it, and like something happened, I don't know, but I just didn't want to continue it after Halloween because I was like, it's perfect for Halloween. So I've just been saving it apparently, and this will probably be one of the first ones that I pick up off of this list. Next is The 10th Girl Girl by Sarah Faring. This is a thriller that I got at Book Expo, and it's set in Argentina and follows this like boarding school where there's 9 students, but then there's also like this 10th girl, and it's like sort of like a mystery thing. I'm not really sure. I feel like mysteries are also books that I like to go into not really knowing a lot, because then it's a mystery, you know? You see what I did there? You get it? All I know is that it's set at like the tip of South America, which sounds very cool, and like cliffs. It just sounds like an interesting setting for a book. So I'm trying to decide if it's going to be too creepy for me. Not too sure yet, but if you have read it, please report back. I'm not sure if it's out yet. September 24th. I'm not sure when this video is coming out, but if you, on the off chance, have read this, please let me know if it's very scary. Next is Serpent and Dove by Shelby Mahurin. This deals with witches and like witches, Halloween, you know, it works perfectly, but it's about this girl who has my last name. The bitch stole my last name, LeBlanc. It was very weird for me to see that, but she has fled her coven, so she is a witch. Maybe I'm also a witch, you never know. Why do I keep talking? Because there's no one here to stop me. But she fled her coven, and then she ends up having to get married to this dude who like hunts witches for a living. So not sure how that's gonna work out, but I've heard that this is a pretty steamy YA. Some people were saying it was new adult, but like it's not technically new adult, it's technically young adult, but apparently there is a sex scene. So I guess just a warning about that. But I've heard some endless great things about this book. I know Elias really enjoyed it and Emma really enjoyed it, so I'm hoping I will also really enjoy it. Next is Wilder Girls by Rory Power. This came out and so many people were talking about it and hyping it up before it came out, and then after it came out, kind of heard less about it. But it is a Lord of the Flies retelling, but I'm pretty sure it's like a creepy Lord of the Flies retelling. If it's not creepy, tell me, because then I will save it for later. But I think it's supposed to be creepy, but it has a beautiful cover. It's kind of like a creepy beautiful cover, but like I read Lord of the Flies on my own and I think I liked it. I don't really remember, but I'm interested to see why so many people were talking about this book leading up to it coming out. Next is Spellbook of the Lost and Found by Moira Fowley Doyle. Every time I say Moira now, I think of Moira Rose from Schitt's Creek, because I'm obsessed with Schitt's Creek, but then I also think of Zoe because Zoe is literally Moira. It's a lot. But I started reading this book last year and I didn't finish it. See, I still have my bookmark in here. I got to page 86 and I was liking it. It's set on an island? No, not an island. It's set in Ireland, I mean. What struggles? But it features a spellbook of the Lost and Found, and like these people start going missing, so it's kind of like this creepy sort of vibe. I believe it's a magical realism. I don't really know, but I did like what I had read, so I'll delve more into it, and I'm sure I will end up enjoying all of it, hopefully. Next is Wicked Saints by Emily A. Duncan. This is a gothic fantasy, and there's just something about gothic that makes me think of Halloween and fall, you know, that kind of dark, creepy vibe. And this is actually a book that I'm also reading for another video that will be coming soon. Is it like a secret TBR video? Am I hip now? Is that what people call them? I don't know, but I'm reading it for another video that you guys will see kind of ish soon, depending on how quickly I can read things for it. But it also happens to fit the Halloween fall season, so it's perfect all around. But it's about a girl, a prince, a monster. The paths of these 3 characters become intertwined during a centuries-long war filled with sinners and saints, magic and mystery, and a star-crossed romance that threatens to tip the scales between dark and light forever. I've heard some good things about it. It's definitely intriguing to me, and I do like the idea of having like these 3 characters come together, and gothic fantasy, I'm on board for that. Next is These Witches Don't Burn by Isabel Sterling. So this is about queer witches, and particularly elemental witchcraft, which is so cool to me. They live in Salem, so like perfect setting. I'm kind of thinking it's going to be along the lines of Undead Girl Gang, where it's like sort of like a fun teen rom-com, I guess. Not even really a rom-com, but just like a comedy sort of thing, but mixed with the witch element. Meanwhile, Undead Girl Gang was mixed with the zombie element, and I really liked that one, so if this is anything like that, I'm probably gonna like it. Next is The Dreadful Tale of Prosper Redding and The Last Life of Prince Alastor by Alexander Bracken. This is actually a middle grade duology. I believe it's a duology, but it's about Prosper Redding, who is the only unremarkable person in his family until he finds out that he has a demon living inside of him. So I think this could be really funny, kind of fun. I'm expecting it to be fun because it's a middle grade, obviously. Like, demons aren't really fun, but middle grade demons are a bit more fun. And also there's like this oopy little spooky cat on the back, which makes me think of Halloween. So I think these are going to be perfect for very close to Halloween. I will probably, maybe I'll do another 24-hour readathon on Halloween and read these. I don't know yet. We'll see. Next is Truly Devious by Maureen Johnson. This is one that I for sure want to try and get to around this time. Some of these I'm like, I would like to get to them, but there's certain ones that I would really, really like to get to, and this is definitely one of them. So this is about a girl who's obsessed with serial killers and like those podcasts and all that stuff. True crime is the word that I'm looking for, struggles. But she goes to this boarding school, and there actually is this age-old murder mystery at this boarding school. So I know that Hannah has really liked this one. I can't think who else, but I know that Hannah and Zoe both really enjoyed it, and I had actually started listening to the audiobook for it, but the audiobook wasn't really working for me. I was getting kind of confused, so it's definitely one that I'm going to try and physically read, and I've heard multiple people really enjoyed it, so here's hoping I will be added to the list. Next is The Last of August by Brittany Cavallaro. This is the next book of the, what's the first one called? A Study in Charlotte? That's what it's called, right? Yes, so they are Sherlock Holmes retellings, and I actually have the other one back here, but they're super quick reads and definitely Sherlock Holmes, like they're mysteries, but it's gender bent Sherlock Holmes. I really liked the first one, so if I could get to at least one of the sequels, that would be great. So those are all of the books that I'm hoping to read this fall. I know it's a really big list and there's no way that I'm gonna get to all of them, but I'm gonna try and kind of prioritize and go from there because it's overwhelming right now, but I think I'll be able to do it. So if you can kind of help me narrow it down, if you've read any of these books and they're ones that you think I should really, really read, then please let me know. I would really appreciate that. But if you did enjoy today's video, don't forget to click that subscribe button. You can also follow me on all my social media. All my handles and links will be down below for you guys. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!